I think it's going to shut off my video, so even though we're live, so everybody's going to hear that.
Hello, and welcome. What should I say? Ho, 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 Christmas cousins. I'm Cousin Shad.
And I'm Cousin Gaffa, sitting here with an awkward angle.
For those of you who are listening on the podcast, go to YouTube, check out Cousin Seth. He's live in a park somewhere. He's getting new tires in his car. He's talking through the intro. It's been the best episode ever so far, in my estimation. But I want to say, I'm Cousin Chad. That's Cousin Seth. We're the Christmas cousins. This show is all about the journey of taking Cousin Seth through the holidays, through the fun of it all. And part of that is getting traditions going. And what better tradition is there than some nice ornaments, especially the Hallmark ornaments. And every year in April, they come out with the Hallmark Dream Book, which is really exciting. And you'll see, we're going to go through some of our favorites, review it. And we brought on an expert. Yes, an expert, everybody, by the name of Joe the Christmas Aficionado. Yes. Welcome, Joe. You know Joe from his YouTube channel, his monetized Cousin Seth, his monetized YouTube channel, the Christmas Aficionado. He did cover the Dream Book already, so he's been through this several times, backwards and forwards. He has a physical copy. I don't have one because I haven't left the beach in a few weeks. I really need to get somewhere inland where the stores are, but soon I will. Soon I will, Joe, to join. But I have the digital version up. So welcome, Joe. Welcome, Seth. Cousin Seth is rocking a Chicago Music Exchange hoodie. I keep dropping him hints that I want him to send me a shirt or hat from there, and he's not getting the hints, Joe. He's just not getting that.
I haven't been over there in a while.
Okay.
He's moved from putting his location on his hat to now he's putting it on his sweater as well. So his pants are obviously next.
Yes, exactly. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't look down and see. I'm like,
are you worried about getting lost, Seth? You always have your location and some part of your apparel.
I am. If I get separated from my wallet that has any ID, at least it's something that'll get me close to where I am.
Right,
Although
that's
it's
true.
a little conflicting information. I got a Chicago sweatshirt on, a Charlotte hat on.
Just send him somewhere. And the Charlotte hat, is that the Charlotte Ritz-Carlton hat? Is that what you're wearing?
It is. Absolutely.
Is that from Mrs. X's recent stay in Charlotte? Did she, in fact, stay at the Ritz-Carlton Charlotte? Wow, this is a breaking news already early in the show. My goodness, Seth. You take us right off course. Is that where she stayed?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's she's gonna be going back very, very soon.
Really? Did you hear that, Joe? She'll be going back soon.
So we can I'll go hang out with her.
Yeah, let's all go to.
I'm not gonna say it could be in the next 36 hours, but
really, that soon? Oh wow.
Yeah, she's got some work down around that area. So,
is she staying at the Ritz-Carlton again? I want to date one of the world's wealthiest men like Cousin Seth and stay at the Ritz-Carlton. This sounds fantastic.
Right? She buys me a $65 sweatshirt and or a hat, and yeah, it's good. The world opens up for her.
$65 hat, huh, Joe? Did you catch that little humble brag?
Wow, that was a sweatshirt. The hat was probably like 25 or 30.
Okay.
The sweatshirt that I've been eyeing from the Ritz-Carlton Charlotte.
Okay. You've wanted that ever since we were little, Seth, the Ritz-Carlton Charlotte hoodie. Speaking of outfits, by the way, before we get into the Dream Book, let's talk about dream boats now. Everybody, if you watch this on YouTube, Joe is rocking a very European, Mediterranean, like he's right off the French Riviera polo. It's got the different color top. Joe, who are you wearing? What's the story you're telling? And what is with this fantastic look? I mean, this is just casual work from home clothing?
Well, I actually have to be on a few meetings today, so you have to look kind of nice. So I pulled out the nicer shirt. I knew I should have switched to a t-shirt before I got on. But this is a shirt Mrs. Aficionado got me for Christmas, I think, this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Seth, you notice when Mrs. It is nice, right? When Mrs. Aficionado dresses him, it's like very nice and proper. When Joe dresses himself, it's like a Christmas pun or something. That's what I'm learning.
Right. Or free T-shirts if you hand out any swag or anything like that.
Joe, what is the brand? Who is the designer? I know it's not a brand; it's a designer. Where would one find this? Was it Hugo Boss?
No. This is a Sheen shirt.
Oh, Sheen. Charlie Sheen shops there, Seth. So it's very expensive, yes.
Okay.
Charlie Sheen design shirt. Very nice. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was surprised that she got me that because I always make fun of her for ordering Shein, but
did it come with a
she got
note
me.
inside? Help me, save me.
I don't know.
Okay.
Your collar and hairless chest hair included.
Yeah. Look at this. The ratings are going through the roof. Joe is exposing more of his chest. This is great. So we're going from the Dream Boat to the Dream Book. We have the 2025 Hallmark Keepsake Dream Book. The book came out last week. It came out digitally a week before that. We've been meaning to cover this. The Ornament premiere is July 12th to 20th, your early shopping. And the Ornament debut, boy, are they good with words and semantics, 11th through the 19th. It's all the same thing, different dates. So, Joe, you've been through this. I think what we're going to just do is go through it, just a few highlights. We're not going to go through it all. So maybe you can guide us and say, this is something we really need to check out that you think Cousin Seth would like, should like, or Cousin Seth should absolutely must buy for his tree this year, because we have to keep after him. Before we get on to that, Joe, has Cousin Seth responded? Yes. Has Cousin Seth responded to your email? You emailed him. You're having him on your show very graciously. You agreed, and his people agreed. This Sunday. Oh, this Sunday. Wow. So everybody else, I'm assuming, has gotten back to you with the answers to your questions, correct?
Yes. Yes, I actually have the presentation ready, with the exception of 5 spots, which are just
They are coming. They are coming. I promise.
He's very busy. He works in a month and a half, Joe. So give him a break, would you?
Yeah, there's a lot of mental prepping that takes place.
Have you thought about which ones you'll recommend?
And which ones are the 5 movies you're picking for your Hallmark 100 that you're going to be on with Joe? Just explain.
I do, and there's I have at least 3 of them, and they're and I have explanations as to why I pick them.
Oh, okay, 60% of the way there.
So I'll give you some. So one.
No, don't tell me now.
Okay. I wouldn't tell you the name. I wouldn't tell you the name. I was
Okay.
just kind of what they're. So one would be linked to at the beginning of this journey. One would be, I think, personally connected to it, and the other one, I don't know. I have to figure that out. There's any connection to it, but
No connection.
yeah,
Are you
so
prepared?
that's
Are you prepared to discuss this and tell Alonso Duralde why you are recommending this to be on the official Hallmark 100 Greatest Christmas Movies of all time?
Alonso, the renowned film critic and Christmas movie expert. Seth, are you ready?
I'm prepared. I don't know how prepared I am for the rejection that's going to come from it, but we'll see.
Oh, we need to promote this all week. I can't wait for this episode. This is great.
No, I think they're good picks, and I think when he hears the reason why I picked them, I hope that will factor in. So,
Who else is on? It's Joe, Seth, Alonso. Who else?
Alonso, Jennifer from Do You Watch What I
great.
Watch?
We've had her on. She's great. Okay.
Yep. And then there's another one. Her name's Andrea. She works with Eric a lot on Instagram. She's the Hallmark reviewer, so she'll be on as well.
oh,
I like to have 2 females, 2 males to kind of balance it out.
Okay.
So
Wow.
our show, you're having 3 females with me. I sometimes can be a little.
Seth, I just know you're going to charm everyone.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what your choices are.
On your sultry side.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what your choices are, Seth. They're going to be charmed by you, I'm sure. So let's get into this with the Dream Book. So please get that email over to Joe so he stops asking me to ask you.
I will.
And,
I promise.
and Seth, also, I know you were sending out some Christmas cousin shirts to people last week.
So-
those got out as well.
Lee and Casey.
Yes.
They should check their mailboxes or front doors. I'm not sure where the parcel will
Thank
be
God,
dropped.
because Lee needs a shirt.
Yes, he does.
He keeps telling us he's shirtless.
It's
so.
been cold, yeah. So here we go, Joe. Where do you think we should start in this? It's memories for the making. Some moments just feel like magic. We still remember the joy in the room as the baby took those first few steps, so on and so forth. So whether you're starting a new tradition or you've been collecting ornaments for decades, they've designed the 2025 collection to help you and your family capture all the moments that made this year feel like magic. So Joe, what are you thinking? There's several categories here: art and artistry, Christmas wonder, meaningful moments, fun gifts, perfect fit, small wonders, kids and kids at heart, and fan favorites, which I know that's probably where you are, Joe, that has sci-fi, fantasy, movies, TVs, things like that.
Yeah, so I have a few here that I think Seth should at least consider for his non-existing tree that may or may not go up this year.
Right.
But if he were to actually decide to put up a tree,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the first thing he should check out is page 14.
Okay. And if you're playing along at home, get the PDF version. If you don't have it, you can go to hallmark.com and they have it right there, the new 2025 book. The PDF, you're going to page 14, everybody. This is very exciting, Seth. This might be your first ornament of the year. Oh, let me guess which one. Okay, for Seth. Okay, so I see on this page, this is a lot of fun ones. Okay, there's a magic up on the house top, Rudolph one. I don't see that for Seth. There's a light up jolly old St. Nicholas, jingle bells. There's it looks like a whale spouting water, a light holly jolly Santa, Merry Kiss Moose, ice cream, jolly jukebox. I can't figure out which one is for Seth here. Which out of these is the Seth one that you're suggesting?
So I think he should first consider to all a good night. Okay. This is and the reason why I'm suggesting this one, this is the one with the, here, I'll put it up here since Seth does not have access.
I'm looking at it.
He's looking. I think that's why his camera's down. Yeah. But
so this one right here.
Okay.
It is $44. It is a tree that's underneath a glass dome, has Santa going around the top, as a train going around the bottom. And the reason why I think he should have this one is this does not necessarily need to hang on a tree. He could set this up and buy what's called the Hallmark, I think it's called the Hallmark power cord.
Okay.
So keepsake power cord. So this does not use batteries. This just plugs into the wall.
Oh, see,
okay.
You can just have it sit there and it can rotate all day long.
Oh, you could play your power chords while you plug in this power cord, Seth, and that gives an Explorer of yours. I like that idea. I was thrown off. I thought you might have gone with the snowman playing guitar, but his guitar wasn't fancy enough for Seth. So, okay, this is a really nice one, actually. I like this myself. Yeah. And you can just set it on a counter even. Right. Very nice. And the classic, Joe, for someone like Seth who's newer to this journey, this gets him Santa, this gets him a lighted tree, this gets him the train, it gets a good, look at that scene at the bottom of it. It's like a wintry, snowy village, like where I like the Hallmark movies that take place. This is beautiful. Good call.
It's a nice little ornament. I may get this one for myself. I am not putting it on the list right now. It might be one that I get and pick up later on. I want to see what it looks like in person. I also think it might be one of those ones that will be available after Christmas where you can get it for 50% off. So just a quick note there.
So this might be your 2026 ornament, Joe, for $22.
It could be 2026, yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks. It's 2026 ornament choices.
You're jumping way ahead. Would you hang something like that on one of your trees?
I would put it on Mrs. Aficionado's tree, which I'm not allowed to touch, but nicer ornaments she does let me put on.
Okay.
I actually would probably I have a shelf with ornaments that use those power cords because it basically is a cord that can plug in like 5 or 6 ornaments at a time. So I keep them all on a shelf and let them play all day. So,
more importantly, what everyone at home is listening is wondering, explain to us the logistics of how this works. So you have like 6 trees in your house, right? Let's review because not everybody's heard every episode. Let's not bury the lead here. Seth, he just said Mrs. Aficionado has her own tree. Right. Joe is saying he's going to put an ornament on it, but he has to get permission first. Is that how it works? So explain how many trees, how many are yours, and how does it work? This is the power dynamic that is really the world wants to know about. Forget the ornaments, Seth. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So we have one main tree in the family room, which is the biggest tree. That is Mrs. Aficionado's tree. That's the one that has all the ornaments that she likes.
Okay.
The normal ones, these are not the the pop culture ones, which I collect.
Okay.
So, and I guess I don't have to ask permission. I'll just
it's a good idea.
Hang it. But, it's nice to say, hey, I've got this new ornament that I think will fit on your tree.
And if you don't ask permission, she has a backup husband in Joey McIntyre. So ask permission, okay? Because you're expendable. Yeah.
I'm not her favorite Joe. That's for sure. but then I have 3 trees. And
3
we're gonna do
trees.
3 trees in the dining room area. We're probably adding a 4th one this year.
Whoa.
And these are where we put all the pop culture ornaments. So these are the ones that are based on IPs. So Star Trek, Star Wars, Batman, Harry Potter, you name it, I probably have it. So I put all those.
Crazy.
Enough with the money. And then we have a smaller tree that does all the little micro ornaments. That's also in the living room. So those are whatever micro ones we find. And then I bought a tree at the end of the season for my office, which will now contain, whenever we start getting the newer ornaments, I'm going to, instead of just having them sit in boxes, I will have a tree in my office here that will allow me to start displaying them as soon as I get them.
Cheers.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a new ornament tree you'll have in your office.
Mhm.
That'll be very cool.
And
Yeah,
what's
I
that
haven't-
theme going to be?
That's going to be whatever I buy in July and October, because I'm going to buy these in July and they're going to sit in a box and I don't have anything to do with them. So, for example, over the weekend when I went to go get the Dream Book, I picked up a ornament from last year. This is Star Wars Grogu. This retails for about let's see. Originally was $44.99.
Oh my
It was 75% off, and I got it for 10. So I got it for about a little over $10.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
So, but I have nowhere to put this one. Like it's
Right.
gonna sit in a box until December, and that's not cool. So I'm gonna, whenever I start getting the ones in July, I'll put a tree up in here and
In
I'll start
July.
hanging them. Yep.
Wow. Okay. I like it. Oh, so Grogu, for those of you who don't know, that's Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yes.
That is.
For the Star Wars aficionados out there, Baby Yoda, everybody, Grogu.
Yes, that was his official name is Grogu. They called him Baby Yoda because when he first debuted on The Mandalorian, he didn't have a name until they found out later. So.
Oh, really? So it's not the same person as Yoda, though, or same
No.
being.
It's the same race, but it's not Yoda.
Oh, they're like cousins. They're the Yoda cousins, Seth. I hope they don't get their own podcast and compete with us. Very nice. Wow. I think Seth is almost named Grogu. Weren't you Grogu Greenwald?
Right. Gigi for sure.
Yeah, a great alliteration. Well, Seth, I have one that I think you would really like too. Now, I know you like the really fancy foods and charcuterie boards you're always having with your staff and things. On page 5, there's what's called Seasoned Treatings. It's the 17th in the series. Joe probably has the first 16. It's available in July by Sharon Visker on the lower right side, page 5. And it's basically, it looks like a charcuterie board. The cheese ball is like Rudolph's. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Joe. He's holding it up if you're watching on YouTube. It's a cheese ball. It's got some crackers, some cheese. It even has a little spreading knife. That's that snowman spreading knife. I actually have one just like that. And I do like a good cheese board. So I think this would be a nice one, Seth. Only $17. To you, that's like a half pence. It's nothing.
Right. Absolutely. That's very reasonable. That is cool. Season's Treatings.
Fun one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very festive. Now,
I
Seth,
like the pretzel ears on the cheese ball.
I do too. We could do this. We can make this.
Oh, yeah, we could. Some Ritz crackers, some cheese balls, pretzels, all sorts.
Here, this guy Ritz crackers. My goodness, only the finest for this guy.
Right.
Ritz Carlton, Ritz
names.
crackers. Wow, my goodness. Speaking of which, Seth, now I just have to digress 1 second because I have to announce Seth got new tires. If you can see scrolling at the bottom, 4 new tires for your Bugatti, Seth. How much does that cost?
It was enough.
Enough, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually, I saved a little bit of money because they ordered the wrong size. Or actually, it was the wrong size and wrong engraving. It's just said Cousin Seth, but for some reason it said Cousin Sack, which is weird.
That's weird. That is weird.
So they
Yeah.
had to get other ones. But they were a pretty penny. So-
Right. Yeah, I bet. Okay. That's all. I just want to see your morning. So you had your Starbucks, your 4 new tires. What a morning, Joe. I've got to live like this guy for one day, one morning.
He didn't even go to work or anything. He just goes out and spends his money.
chilling.
Tires, commercial blenders. I'm living the life.
Seriously, how annoying if you're like the guy working in the auto shop and here comes cousin Seth, one of the world's wealthiest men, just meanders in, rambles, rambling about whatever on a weekday morning, wearing his Chicago Music Exchange shirt, telling everyone about his Gibson Explorer guitar, wearing his Ritz Carlton hat, getting not one new tire, not two, Joe, not three, but four. Even though he only ran over a nail on one tire, he decided to just get all four in four different primary colors, from what I understand too.
And he only got new tires last week, so now he's just getting rid of those tires and buying four new ones. That's insane.
He's trying to fill his days, actually. This is wild, Seth, the way you live. Don't even get us started, Seth, on Joe setting pictures with his stogies and his backyard and front yard. So don't even get us started. I didn't know you had a backyard.
Yeah. That's so impressive.
And a porch, Seth, front porch and a backyard.
I know. I can't even imagine what's in between those two.
Seriously.
It's a monstrosity.
Sounds like 27 trees. That's what it sounds like to me. Exactly. But we digress. Joe, do you have another one that you think is just going to be, because there is one on page 7. Actually, Joe, you take a look at page 7. There's one. If you know Cousin Seth lore, Seth, you can take a look too. Everyone playing at home, go to page 7. If you know Cousin Seth lore, there is an ornament that is so stand out that it will be Seth. Joe is pointing. I think you're pointing to it, or are you just showing it? Is that, yes, exactly.
On page 7, you said?
Page 7, yes, Seth. There is such a Cousin Seth lore one. You really must. This is not a should or could. Oh. This is a must.
Ollie U Half Pipe?
Ollie U Half Pipe, 21st in the Snowtop Lodge series by Joanne Wright, who I think you dated for a while, Seth. I don't recall all their names, all your girlfriend's names, but it seems like she dated you because this is exactly what your snowboard looked like, your sweater. So it's a snowboarding snowman. And for those you don't know, Cousin Seth is a sponsored snowboarder. I mean, sure, he owned the mountain, but he was still sponsored, and he owned the company that sponsored him. Burton.
Exactly.
Oh, Sethy Burton over there. Sethy Sims. So are you going to get this one, Seth? What do you think?
I like that one. It is kind of cool.
Nice, right?
It's I think they've done other ones. Well, I say snowboard ones, stuff like that, but I think that's the first snowman one I've seen.
Wow. Everyone who's playing at home, take a shot. We just got a Cousin Seth double dose. We got an I say before he said, and then a stuff like that. So it is. So, Joe, take a shot if you have your whiskey ready. I'm ready, everybody.
I just have some water, but I'll take some water.
Cousin Seth drinking game.
Is that a new game?
We discovered last week that sometimes before Seth says something, he says, I say, like Loghorn Leghorn.
we have to come up with our own Seth drinking game and then just come up with our rules.
Okay.
Don't tell him what they are.
No.
If it happens, and then he can just watch us drink and see how it goes. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, so we'll post it online. People can play along at home. I like that idea. Yeah. And then everyone will know but Seth. You know what we could do? We could put it in an email that says, Seth, please respond below, and we'll write it, and he won't read any further than that.
Right. Like, this will be handled by somebody.
Okay.
So right. I have another ornament that I think he's got to at least look at. Cousin Lee.
King of all superfans, Cousin Lee, who we went from a super fan to a regular on the show. One of the cousins.
And he guested on my broadcast where we looked and reviewed the Dream Book for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was way too long. But we came across probably the weirdest ornament I think Hallmark's ever put out, and it's on page 17.
Okay,
I'm going back into the Dream Book portal. I'll be right back.
All right, they have a lot of really cool ones. I found one on page. Okay, I'm going to go to 17, but I just passed by a really cool one on page 13 that I love. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
they've got some nice ones this year.
16's got some good ones too.
Don't tease us. Okay, the weirdest one they've ever had. I see.
I know exactly what it is.
Oh no, chestnuts roasting. Is that the one?
No, that's
no. That's really
17.
Weird. Oh, North Pole Dancer.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. This is a dancer, the reindeer pole dancing. North Pole Dancer. This is wrong. This is just wrong. Is this like the parody Christmas Cousins ornament? Like, what's going on?
Lee and I were making fun of this one so much because one, it's basically a stripper. He's got a little bow tie on, so
like a Chippendale.
He's like a Chippendale, yes. And then if you look over at page 16, then there's one where there's a rainbow, or there's a rainbow, a reindeer who's been arrested.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah, so we were just kind of joking that it was just this was these reindeer are just doing awful things in the Hallmark Dream Book.
Worse than that Batman and Robin. Yeah, okay.
I would not be buying any of these, but it is ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's some other, like on the same page, there's the pull my finger snowman. It's pulling the snowman's hand to hear funny sound effects.
Yeah, right.
So actually, I forgot about that one. I think I said, I think on my show that I'm going to check this one out. If the fart sound is good, I will buy it.
Wait, are you serious? That's a real ornament?
Yeah.
What? No way. What page is that?
Look, 16.
Yeah,
bottom,
very bottom.
Really?
I'll pull my finger, and so it says magic. So pull on the snowman's hand to hear funny sound effects, which would mean it's got to be a fart. And if it's a good fart, I will buy it. If it's kind of a lame one, I will not be buying.
What is going on with this? I don't like this. I like the wholesomeness of it all. I don't like this at all. I don't like the pole dancing or the futzas, Seth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who's gonna put up the pole dancer other than present company excluded?
And maybe this is Joe has just a really like salacious bawdy tree for his new tree, and it's all the throwaway ornaments. Even look at this one up on a rooftop with a roofie is one of theirs. That's a really weird one. Have you seen that?
I did think it was weird when Joe took the Dream Book out and it was covered in a black cover and on both sides.
A brown bag.
Right.
That was very interesting. Well, let's get back to something a little more wholesome. I found on page 13, if you're playing along at home, 13, one that I think is adorable and really caught my eye. I like the nostalgic ones. There's a couple on this page that I really like, these vibes. There's, first of all, all the 50s kind of mid-century style, which I like. But lower right side, the Nifty's 50s keepsake ornament. It's like 3 ornaments in a box, very retro style. I don't know. I like that. I like that kind of style for those. And there's even A on there is the mug. It's like a retro mug with there it is. Joe's holding it up. What do you think about that one, Joe? Do you like the nostalgic mid-century ones?
I like the ornaments. So now the ornament is these tiny little ornaments in a box. So they're not going to come out, which I was kind of upset by, because when I first saw it, the first thing I was like, oh, those are cool. But then I realized that the whole thing was an ornament. I would actually rather have a bigger version of this and have 3 different ones. You know what I mean?
Right. They could have done both. They could have had the 3 big ones and then the small one in a box. I'm sorry to upset you, Joe. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I was mad. I ran around my city
spacious yard, your capacious backyard. I've seen that.
Yeah, it's huge. But I was not happy about it when I discovered it. So
yeah, Seth, what did you think about those? Not about the ornaments, about Joe getting disappointed, Joe getting upset. We don't like that, do we? Seth?
No, that is completely the antithesis to what we do here.
Yeah, exactly. We're here to cheer him up. I mean, it's only mere hours before he sits on his huge front porch with his expensive whiskey and stogies and laughs at himself for being a monetized master of the universe. But he was disappointed, and he overcame it though. He put on a very nice shirt and he said, "No, I'm going to go to work and start my day." So, and you did. And you did just that, Joe.
I did.
Yeah, look at that. So, are you, Joe, you have a dog, Winfred, who's what kind of dog is he? Like a long-haired dachshund? Dachshund.
It's a girl. Yeah, dachshund. Yeah, long-haired dachshund.
And she's going to be in a race coming up. And she's training. And is she training in the back? How is the training going and when is the race?
So the race is in May. She will be in a dachshund race, racing against 30 other long-haired dachshunds or short-haired dachshunds, long-haired dachshunds.
Okay.
She's doing her training by just running around like a crazy dog after the cat. So every day. So
Okay.
that's her training.
30 other dogs, you say, right?
Yes.
Seth, find those dogs. You know what to do. You know what to do.
So this is going to be her 4th time doing this. The first time she didn't place. The second year she came in 4th. Last year she came in 2nd overall.
Oh, okay.
And so this year we're going for 1st.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. So she's getting better each year. Now, what happens if she wins and what happens if she loses, Joe?
Well, if she loses, I guess she's going to have to find a new home.
Seth does take in fosters. Seth takes in fosters.
No, she'll be. If she loses, it's fine. It will be fine. She has fun with it. Last year we got a whole bunch of like toys and stuff, and she loved it, and it was fun.
Okay. Now, if somebody wants to watch Winifred race and run, what is the date for this?
So this is in May. Let's not say where it's going to be. So I think maybe that's just a better way to do that.
Okay, so you're just giving a month and country and a long-haired dachshund.
It's in Pennsylvania. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, Pennsylvania in May, Seth. You've heard it here. Pennsylvania in May.
Hopefully it'll be better than the 2023 debacle when she got found for having performance-enhancing pepperoni treats in her system.
Well, the first year we did the race, it started pouring down rain, and they allowed the dogs to go into the entryway of this building. And as soon as we walked into the entryway, she took a big giant poop right in the entryway. Hysterical. This year we're hoping for the number 1. It would be amazing. I have a shirt that says "I believe in my wiener." So.
Oh my.
So what do they do? Like they have each one's in is it kind of like horse racing or something? Like each one has their own little corral or whatever, and then
it's not even that fancy.
Okay.
Mrs. Aficionado will hold her.
Okay.
And and so they do 4 different races with 10 dogs, and then the ones who win all the races race at the end. So she'll hold Winifred. I will go. It's probably like 100 feet or whatever. And then they let them go, and whatever dog crosses the finishing line first wins. So.
Wow. Okay.
Do you have like a call word or something you yell out to her?
Last year, last year we bought it. They have a whole bunch of vendors there selling dog stuff, and so I bought a toy for her, and then I took it away. She loved it, but she was chewing on it like crazy, and so I took it away. And then at the finish line, I kept showing it to her, and so she eventually just, I figured that would help her say, not only do I want to go see Dad, but I want to get that toy. And man, did that work! And we're going to do that again this year.
That's a great strategy.
Yeah.
Take the toy away from her and make her upset.
Wow. Okay. Interesting goings on in that house, huh, Seth? We really need a reality show going on. This dog's like, why do I live in a forest? There's 27 trees here. This is it's crazy going on. So let's move on because we're going to wrap this up shortly. We're just going to pick a few more for you, Seth, that I think really stand out. So of course there's the Christmas vacation ones, which are great. There's Cousin Eddie. Yeah. There's Clark wearing the pajamas. They make new ones each year if you love that movie. And also, of course, it's Chicago, where you're located in that area, Seth. I mean, your state spans several counties, I believe. There's the Love Wins Heart, which I like a lot. The A Perfect Match is cute. I mean, there's a lot of cute ones. But you're not looking for something like that, Seth. I don't think you're having a new baby anytime soon. But
I am not.
Joe, were there any others that stood out? Now, there is one that I was thinking for Seth because he did lose his dear Yo-Yo. There's a commemorative one, Always With Us, 2025.
We have to go to
page, sweet.
So I have 4 ornaments we have to look at.
Okay, 4, and then we're done. Here we go.
Page 47.
Page 4. No wonder why it's a 2-hour show. Holy cow.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm right on 47. I was looking at one. And there's actually 2 on that page that I probably would get.
So at the very bottom is Snoop's brother Spike.
This is the ultimate for Seth. The ultimate.
Mm-hmm. That is crazy. It
is crazy. Let me just really quickly explain, Seth, if I may. So cousin Seth has this, what he thought was a Snoopy tattoo that he got. There, Joe is showing it on YouTube now. Seth has a Snoopy tattoo he got when he was 14 somehow in Galveston, Texas. He thought it was Snoopy all this time. We happen to have Joe on. We're talking about the Christmas specials that Peanuts does. And we tell him about Seth's tattoo. It turns out Joe is also a Peanuts aficionado and says that is not Snoopy. That's his brother Spike. Seth freaks out live on air that this thing that's been on his body for decades turns out to be Spike. Hallmark must have heard this because randomly, after 50 years of this dream book, they come out now with the Spike ornament. This is too much coincidence for me, right? It's crazy.
It is.
So
it is.
The problem with this ornament is that it's a limited quantity one. So I cannot order it in advance. So you have to go when they debut in July. You have to go to the store and hopefully they will have it.
Wow, I'm nervous.
I am going to make a special request when I drop off my dream book to at least have them save 2 of them for me. Yes. So in case Seth doesn't make it first thing when the store opens, and he does live in a bit larger area than I do, so there's going to be a lot more competition. I will at least try to grab one for him.
That would be amazing. Seth, you need this ornament more than any other ornament.
I'll go into my local store as well. See if I can.
Yeah, but you'll be there in like August, Seth. It's not going to be there. And you're opening your new business July 5th in South Haven, Michigan, renamed Seth Haven, Michigan. Recharge coffee, gelatos, and smoothies. So you're going to be busy. So Joe may really have to do this for you as like a surrogate ornament finder.
That would be great. Sorry.
And the peanuts are really, really difficult to get. Like those,
really? They're that popular?
Ones. They're so popular. They've got a whole page by themselves.
Wow. Yeah, I see that. Wow. Okay. So that's one. I see on that page, we all had this growing up. We're all around the same age. The Snoopy snow cones. We all had this. I know we did. Seth, I recall us, I think, making this, throwing it at each other, selling it to neighbors' kids in our grandparents' house in the summer.
Right. Probably going in our grandparents' liquor stash and putting whiskey or vodka in the little syrup thing or whatever, the little dispenser.
Yeah, the kids are like, so mister, what flavors do you have? Lemonade, pink lemonade, and cherry? We're like, we have a whiskey, we have Dewar's.
They're walking up and down the beach in Atlantic City selling boozy snow cones.
in zoot suits. Shay, get your Tommy gun, Seth. Our competitors are coming around, Shay.
There they are again, the common boys.
True, those are true stories. Actually, we should the tales from the snow cones. Yeah, until those prohees, the prohibition officers came and busted us. Shay, I wasn't cool. Elliot National boys. Yeah, Shay. Anyway, Joe, that was one. You have 3 more to go, and we are going to be wrapping up this episode. Okay, Joe, what else do you have?
56.
56. Everyone playing at home. 56. And if you're not playing it at home and you're listening, I'm fascinated to see what it is. So we will describe it for you. Okay. Oh, clearly the Golden Girls ornament. Oh, okay, Seth. I see the Lacey Chabert ornament for cousin Seth. Now. Let's get into cousin Seth lore here, Joe, while he's looking it up. Joe, what do cousin Seth and Lacey, why are those two intertwined?
Well, apparently they dated.
Yes, they dated for quite a while. That's the rumor we've heard and made up. In between Mean Girls and her stardom on Hallmark, Seth dated Lacey Chabert for quite some time. If you ask her, she may, quote, not remember or say it's all made up. But you know what? They all say that out of spite when Seth ends it with them because he's too charming. You can't lose him. Is that correct, Seth?
Yeah, that's about right.
Mm-hmm. So you should get that.
Got a little gray and fuzzy when I was in her life for her.
And apparently he dated the cardboard cutout version of her too.
Yes, that they have at Hallmark. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother show. So I like that, Seth. Do you get that? Would Mrs. X be jealous if you had a Lacey Chabert ornament on your tree?
I don't know. I don't know. I think she'd be questioning the tree thing, but no, yeah, I don't know. She might actually. That might start something. So
that would be good. So maybe that'll work. Okay. Right. I'd like on that page they have the Tin Man menacingly holding an axe. That's interesting. So, I mean, I know he had an axe, I guess, but he looks like he's about to kill someone here. So, okay. So we have two more, Seth. I like that one for you. I was also thinking the Stars Hollow Gazebo because you're a big Gilmore Girls fan, Seth. So.
Yeah, oh, is that what that's from? Okay, I
Yes.
saw that thing.
Don't
I was
act
like,
like you don't
this is
watch
the
it every
gazebo.
fall. Yeah, you watch it every fall. And it plays Where You Lead, which I guess is their theme song.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right. So this one is these next two are my big choices for this year.
Oh,
So
okay.
page 59.
59, everybody. Oh, there's a Jaws one too. It's interesting. It's more of a summer vibe. 59, if you're playing along at home, I'm scrolling down because I don't have the physical book yet. I will get it. Okay, 59. I see there's Star Wars stuff on here. Star Trek, Star Wars.
Yeah, that's Star Trek side.
Okay, I don't see anything that Seth would like because he's not a big Star Wars guy. Okay, what am I missing here, Joe?
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
These two are mine. These are
okay.
choices that I think these are definitely ones I'm buying.
Oh,
But
I see.
To get Seth into the pop culture ornaments, these are two fantastic ornaments. Because
Which ones are you getting? Which ones?
So the first one is E. Beware the Borg.
Beware the Borg.
What?
I like Picard. He says engage. Engage. Engage.
So the big one here at the top.
Oh, I see. Now, what is the Borg?
Oh my God, it's $100.
Wow.
The Borg, yeah. So that's a Borg cube. The Borg are a race that is part human, I guess they're part human, or some sort of alien race and technology. So it's combined. The Borg ship is basically a cube, and that's the Enterprise.
You hear people changing the dial, Seth, as he goes deep into Borg lore.
I said, damn, we're on Enterprise.
I mean, for the Star Trek one, you could get the Whoopi Goldberg Guinan one, which I'm also going to get below that.
So Whoopi was on Star Trek.
Yes, Whoopi was on Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, Seth is Guinan. Don't you know any of these?
Guinan.
She's Guinan.
She's the bartender at Forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Seth, did you have a bud tender that you go to at your local? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Just curious. I heard that term this morning. I was like, I wonder if anyone has a bud tender. So okay. And there's also Dune. Are you into Dune, Joe? I don't know Dune, but are you into that?
I have not watched the Dune movies yet, so I they're on my list to watch, but I've yet to watch them.
Okay.
So the other big ornament is on page 61.
Okay. Is this for you or for Seth? Because I see the Let the Wookiee Win.
I'm just pointing out the big pop culture ones for this year.
Okay.
I was going to say it's the Let the Wookiee Win.
That's me too. It's got to be Let the Wookiee Win.
It's exactly right. So
yes.
Let the Wookiee Win is the two big ornaments that I plan on buying this year. It's going to be a very expensive year because this one is $79.
Now that's interesting. The Let the Wookiee Win. That's from one of the early ones. From one of the, I guess now are they considered prequels or something? But isn't this from the Star Wars film where R2-D2 and Chewbacca, they're playing some form of chess? Yes. And R2 is beating the Wookiee. Am I correct? Yeah. Right? And then Chewie starts complaining, rah, rah, and C-3PO is like, you have no right to complain. Then Han Solo chimes in. He says, there are certain bad things that can happen if you emerge victorious over Chewbacca's species. And then, and only then, C-3PO delivers that classic line to R2-D2 and says, let the Wookiee win. Let the Wookiee win. Am I right?
Where'd you read that from, Jeff?
This is Star Wars lore that is in my brain.
Right.
Sure sounds like AI writing a description of the scene, but that's okay.
It's pretty accurate.
It was from Episode 4, A New Hope, the original Star Wars from 1977. You are correct. R2-D2 and Chewbacca are playing holographic chess, and if you look at this, you can see that if you look real close, it's hard to see. But there is there's going to be it looks like it's going to be animation on a little plastic sort of piece that's going to show them the animations of the holograms moving.
That is cool. I mean, that is really cool how they did it. And that works with the power cord too. So I'm sure that'll be cool when it's up. So Interesting.
So
okay.
these are those ones are which ones I'm buying on my show broadcast. I had Lee keep track of all the ones I said, "Ooh, I would buy that. I would buy that."
Okay.
And at the end of the show, he told me how much I would have to spend to get
Oh,
all the
nice.
ones that I said.
Okay.
And it was almost $800.
Oh,
Yeah. So that is not happening because that's way too much money, even. But I have filled out my wish list.
okay.
I am going to be spending $209 this year.
$209. So you will get the big bag, correct? You'll qualify.
I will qualify for the big bag.
Nice.
Okay.
I
Now,
live for that big bag.
the thing is, majority of the ornaments I really want are the limited quantity ones. So the spike ornament. There's a Harry Potter one. There's a Star Wars one. There's a Disney one that I want to get. And if I add all of those in too, then I'm going to be spending about $300.
Okay. Not bad. That's about what do you normally spend on average?
That's about the
200?
average what I spend. At least the ones that I have them hold for me by turning in this wish list. That does not mean that's what I'm going to spend by the end of the year, because I will sometimes, if I notice an ornament is, they don't have very many left, and it might be one that I might want to buy.
Right.
I'll probably end up buying it throughout the year. It's easier to do it this way than having these giant amounts of money I have to give them in July, and then another giant amount of money in October. So.
That makes sense. Well, everybody, obviously, we haven't even gone through. There's Disney ones. There's tons of pop culture. There's nostalgic ones. Let us know which ones you like. Write us christmascousinspod@gmail.com or at Christmas Cousins on Facebook or Instagram, or reach out to Joe, the Christmas Aficionado, on YouTube, or at Christmas Aficionado or some variation of that on Instagram, and Joe will respond, because I'm loving the nostalgic ones myself. The 50s one, the Christmas cooker. I love the Snoopy snow cone one. That one brings back some great memories, even though that reminds me of summer, not Christmas, but or winter even. But there's some great ones. So check it out. Let us know which ones you like. Once Joe gets it, we'll do an unveiling, which we've done, has now become a bit of a tradition. And Joe is pledging to get that to Seth, but Seth has to get him his answers. Seth has to get these shirts sent out. And Joe, Seth's got to get that clue that I've been begging for, the Chicago Music Exchange shirt, hat, something from this place. I watch all the videos. I even send Seth clips from there. I'm like, hey, this looks cool. Look at their merch section.
Right. Is that near this guitar? Or where in the building is it when you go in?
And Seth's like, I might go get myself that. I might go get. No, Seth is very generous. He does send me stuff once in a while. Just will randomly show up at my house. It's very fun. Usually it's pictures of him in various poses and stuff. That one of you in the leopard skin rug, Seth, chef's kiss. That was great. Thank you for that. A little weird, but thank you.
You're very welcome.
But everybody, check out Joe's channel, Christmas Aficionado on YouTube. Check out Cousin Seth's 4 new tires, not 3 new tires, 4 new tires. Check out Joe's front porch, his backyard, his fancy shirt, his stogies, whiskey. I mean, everybody is flourishing involved around this Christmas Cousins community, and that's what I love. Maybe one day I will as well. I just have, some water. I'm getting by, though. I'm getting by, cousins. Yeah. So check us out. And Christmas Cousins Pod, all that good stuff. And thank you very much. I totally lost where we were here at the end. And there we go. We'll see you next time. Yeah?
Okay.